Hello everyone, welcome back. In today we are going to discuss scheduled script execution as part of our custom application development. As we know, we are developing NeedIt application for our internal users. So as part of it, we are going to discuss scheduled script execution. What exactly is a scheduled script execution? This scheduled script execution is also known as scheduled jobs. And to start with, this is a server-side script. And these scripts will be used to run this script at a particular interval or periodically to execute the same set of script again and again. And you want to automate these kind of tasks in ServiceNow. We have an option called scheduled script executions or scheduled jobs. As I said, you want to execute a piece of script at a given time, or you want to repeatedly execute this. For example, on a daily basis at certain time, or a weekly at a certain day, or a monthly at a certain time, or yearly at a certain time, or you want to have a custom dates. Yes, the scheduled script execution or scheduled jobs will be helpful for us to fulfill those requirements. And as I said, for example, you want to find the records with the overdue dates. Those records is already been elapsed, or you want to find the records where due date or the date will be in a near future to fulfill those requests or the records, or you want to find out the records of a particular user on a daily basis or at a given time, or you want to look for the records that have been certain states or certain conditions, then scheduled jobs will be very suitable for us. Then if you want to update the records as well, for example, one of the use cases, you are waiting for on incidents, you are waiting for end users to respond back. If you don't respond, if you don't get a response from the end user within the 2 business days, then you're going to set the state to closed. That means that you're going to complete that incident. So this will be happening on daily basis. How you can achieve this? You can achieve this by using the scheduled jobs. Okay, let's create one of the scheduled job for our requirement. So the requirement here is we would like to list out, or we would like to find out all the overdue records of a needed table, and this should be executed on daily basis. So how we can create a scheduled job? I already opened the studio and open the needed application source files, and click on create application file and search for the scheduled jobs. Schedule, or else in the server development, let's go schedule script execution, click on create. In the schedule script execution, the form is having these fields: the name, the user defined name. You can give the name that you feel like for the work that you are doing, and is it an active or not. Then you have an application, on which application scope that we are creating the schedule script. Then you have a conditional. I'll come back to this conditional at the last. Then you have a run type, where you want to run, when you want to run. You want to run on weekly, or you want to run on daily, or you want to run on monthly, or periodically, or once, or on demand. So this on demand is whenever you feel like executing these scheduled jobs, so that you have to manually come back to schedule job and click on that run button. Once you created it, that is an on demand. And once, it could be just once on a particular day or particular time, only for once. And periodically, it means recurring. If you select periodically, how many repeat days, how many days you want to repeat it, and what time you want to repeat it. Is it for every day 8 o'clock, or every day 11 o'clock, something like this. For example, I want to execute this script daily, and what is the time zone? I would like to keep that use system time zone, or if you have any specific time zone that you want to execute the script, schedule script, then you can select this. For example, GMT, or if you want to run the schedule script at Central US Central Time CST or Pacific Time, you can select whichever time you would like, whichever time zone you would feel like to. So I would like to use system time zone, and I would like to run this to 8. So this time that we are seeing here is a 24 hours time script. So for example, if you want to run this in the evening 11 p.m., that will be 23 hours. So right now, if I say 8 hours, that is the morning 8 hours. Then again, for example, I would like to run this schedule job on last day of the every month. So if you look at a month, some months have last day as 30, some months have 31, and at some cases it will be 28. So how do we set to execute a particular scheduled job at the end of every month? So for monthly, if you want to execute that end of the every month, you can choose the 31st. So system will determine based on the current month it is and what is the end date of it, then that will execute it at the end of the day, end of the month. Okay. So daily, we would like to run it for 8 hours. Let's save this. Then I said we will discuss at the last about the conditional field. What is this condition is, as soon as you select condition, you get one more script area or script field for us than the run script. So the condition is if you have any condition that needs to be satisfied before executing the run script, the script that is there in the run script, then you will be placing your script or your conditions in the condition script. It would execute only once. It would execute only once for the run script. For example, we said daily at 8 o'clock, and you have a condition. Every time that scheduled job or scheduled script is about to execute, it checks the condition. If this condition returns true only, then the run script will be executed. So in our case, we don't have any condition as such, so I'm going to take this out. I'm going to give a name to our scheduled script execution as NeedIt find overdue records update overdue records. So we are going to find the overdue records. What I mean by overdue records here is if you go to the needed records, you have when needed. There is a field called when needed, and this when needed you will have a date. You're having the date for each of the task needed record. So our idea is we want to find the records which are open and also at the same time the when needed date being crossed, when needed date being passed. So for that, let's go to the schedule our studio and schedule script execution. And we have to do a glide record query on the needed table to get the details, right? Let's go here, glide record needed table to get the overdue records. So to write any glide record query, we have to instantiate the glide record API where gr needed equal to new glide record and the table name. Let's go here. What is the table name? This is the table name. Okay, otherwise that's one thing that where we can find it in our URL. Otherwise you can open this record, configure, go to table. So this way you can find out the table name of a particular record. So the table name is this, right? Then I need to check whether the records that are right now, we have to build our query against which field. We have to find our query against the needed records when needed field. So this is a date field. For the date field, let's go here, gr needed, add query. What is the field name? What is the field name of it? This is the when needed. Let's go copy this field name, when needed. So if you don't know how to get the field name, you can right click on the label, show when needed. So it will give you the field name. You have to copy the field name and place that against your add query method. So the information that we have in the when needed is the date should be past than current date. How we can get the current date? So to get the current date, we have to instantiate the glide date and time API. New glide date and time API. So right now, we have to initiate this, and this when needed date should be greater than the current date. Should be greater than the current date. Then those are the overdue records. Those are the overdue records. And also what we are saying, it should be an active record. It should be an active record. So we have this state field. Let's open this record. It shouldn't be closed complete. It shouldn't be closed complete. So let's go here, show choice list. We have to get the backend value of the state. So this one we have is closed complete. That is the 3. The value for the closed complete state is 3. So let's go here, 3. And gr needed query. Gr needed query. I think this should be this. Query. Then while if we have more than one record in our glide record result set, we have to use while loop, iterate the result set, and log a message saying that overdue NeedIt task record. What is the task record? We should log the number of the task record. Get value number. So we have created a schedule job. How do we test it whether this is working perfectly fine or not? Do we have to wait every day, next day 8 a.m.? Or today, if it is before 8 a.m., we have to wait till 8 a.m.? No. You can click on execute now. That will execute this schedule script execution, and we can test it as well. So before doing that, what we are doing in this client script, in this run the script field, we are gliding record the needed table, and we are trying to see the when needed date is past than the current date. Then at the same time, state shouldn't be 3. There is something that we missed here to provide an operator. State shouldn't be 3. 3 is closed complete state. Closed complete state. Then we are using the query method to hit the glide record query that we built on the API that we have built on the ServiceNow database, and it gets the result set in gr needed, the glide API object that we have defined in the line number 5. And once we have the result set, we are checking whether the records are there or not by using the next method. For each record, we are trying to log the number of the record. Let's go here. Open the logs. How do we open the logs? Go to all, and there will be system logs application menu. From here, you have a module called system log. Underneath that, you have all. So you have to click on this. So system log, and the system log you have all. So this is where you will find all the log messages that various modules within the ServiceNow been recorded. So our log message will be starting with the message called overdue needed task record. Let's go here. Let's go here. Filter out those messages created on today, and message contains of message contains this. Let's go here in the schedule script execution, execute now. It executes it, the script, and let's see if we have any logs or not. Yes, these are the logs. How many records? 5 records. For example, ends with 140. Ends with 140. And this 140, it is the due date is 9/20th. The due date is 9/20th. So right now we are in 21st. We are in September 21st, but the due date here is 9/20th. That's fine. That's correct. The next one we have here is 571. 571. The due date is 1st. That's correct. Then the next one that we have here in the log here is 110. 110. And this is 6th of September. This is also correct. And 293. 293. 293. This is 99. That's also correct. That's also correct. Let's go the last one on 292. 292. This is also correct. And the state shouldn't be closed complete, so we have to filter out. So out of this, we got the 5 which are due date is elapsed. Due date is elapsed. So this one is elapsed, this one is elapsed, this one is elapsed 3, and this one is elapsed 4, and this one is elapsed 5. So these two, this is on 27, and the other one, these are 28. These are all still the due date is not elapsed. So that's why this information, this task is not listed um, in our logs, or the schedule script execution didn't pick this records. The next use case that we are going to modify bit. So the next kind of um, execution that we have here is we have to find out the needed records which are going to be expired, or which are going to come to which are going to be due date in next 24 hours. What are all the needed requests which are due in next 24 hours? So right now this schedule script, what we have just completed is for the past date. Right now the use case is we want to find out all the needed records which are going to be expired in next 24 hours. For that, let's again go here and create a new schedule script execution. Schedule script execution, give it a name to this. This name is NeedIt records overdue in next 24 hours. There is no condition to us, and it should be executed daily, and it is system time zone, And if I click, it should be on 9 a.m. of every day. And for example, if I don't select the time zone as none, so it default takes the time zone of the system that you are in. Okay, let's go here where right now. So before doing that, let me do copy this script that we have previously created. We can modify this. So right now this script, what we have to do, we have to see the future dates. That's why we are going to change the value from here to this. That means that when NeedIt is greater than or equal to right now and state is equal to not 3. At the same time, I want to filter out only the records which are going to be expired in next 24 hours or due in next 24 hours. For that, when NeedIt less than the one that we're going to do is GS. The method that we're going to here is hours ago, 24 hours. So this hours ago method will try to get from current execution time to the numbers that we're passing here. For example, if you pass a positive number, that it will gonna check for the past dates from today and it will add those number of hours. For the current time, it will add that number of hours. But if you give the minus, it will be look for the future hours. For example, I gave 24 hours. That means that from now, the execution time, whenever the schedule script is getting executed from now, the 24 hours in the future date. That's what we wanted. The overday, the overdue, no. Need it about to need it tasks, need it records which are due in next 24 hours. 24 hours. Save. Let's see, execute this. And let's go here. This is the string that we are expecting in our logs. As of now, there are no log messages. Let's click on execute this and go here in the log, refresh this, and there are no, because the NeedIt application, we don't have any records which are going to be expired in next 24 hours. Let's go here. Let's go here. Facilities, security. When needed will be 21 and give this to, for example, 00. Let's go here and save this. And try to go to this schedule script execution and run this. And let's go here, click on. So the one that just we created, 573 record ends with 573. It is falling under next 24 hours. This due date is, that's why this is available for us. Yeah, in this session, we are just understood about what is the schedule script execution or schedule jobs and the configuration that are available on that particular page and different time zones and run types that we discussed. And also we discussed about the conditional script, what is the use of it, and also we try to automate a few of the tasks in the NeedIt application.